Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. For me, it's kind of rainy out, but that's okay. There's always time for some good music no matter what the weather is like. So today we are listening to a comeback, and I actually have not paid a lot of attention to this group, so I think I am going to look forward to it. The name of this group is called Viction. I've heard of them. I think I've heard of a few of their songs too, but the name of their song today, their comeback, is called What I Said. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a fast song or a more mellow song. Viction in the past, I don't know. I'm trying to think of which songs I've listened to, but I have no idea what their concept is, and their concept might have changed, so I'm not sure what it will be this time around. So let's check it out right now. Alright, so here we have a member. If you know anything about Viction, please comment below so I know more about them and others too. But he is looking at his reflection through the mirror, and it seems like he's touching it, and maybe he'll either, fall into it like a magical mirror, or maybe it might shatter, or maybe nothing will happen. But let's find out right now. Oh, it's a butterfly.
Everybody talking like I'm dreaming. 현실이 대화했어. 이젠 되면 내 말이냐. 말만 하면 이루어지니까. I got a chopper gunner. Worldwide stern은 south the gutter. Bunny도 down we fuck go to get out the way. We're seven blockers. 빨라지는 발걸음 닦으는 단어는 사르르 판 한반도를 봐 판도를 바꿔. We never broke again. 넌 숨겨고게. No cap. 시작부터 날 노력 따라 걷고왔던 길을 걸어 다시 이미 던져져서 모든 걸 다 준다고 해. 모두 준다고 해. 헛되지 않게 보여줄게. Like a dream. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom. 예전수단 다 잊어버린 날 tired. 수없이 날 자극했던 꿈을 향해 달려. You know nobody can deny. 언제나 we rushing, feeling high endorphin, yeah. Guess yeah we like it like that. I said we like it like that. How do you like it like that? Rain I speak by so this bit the cold if I go tell them I kill this shit. 매일 나가라고 하라 그래줘 남들에게 발빠르게 딴판에 판가르는 순간 빠르게 yeah. 덕들이 밀어 느낌대로 턱들이 걸멋들 두리번 거리지 우리끼리 볼달라게 low ready get set go go. 터질 듯한 내 심장은 on fire. 높은 타겟은 더 taking me up higher. 모든 저항들을 뚫고 닿은 new world. 그 속을 관통한 뜻들을 I'm a giant. 내를 따라 follow my lead 꿈꿔왔던 길을 걸어 다시 이미 던져져서 모든 걸 다 준다고 해. 모두 준다고 해. 헛되지 않게 보여줄게. Like a truth. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom, boom. What I said. Boom, boom. 예전 수다를 다 잊어버린 나의 attire. 수없이 날 자극했던 꿈을 향해 달려. You know nobody can deny. 언제나 we rushing, feeling high endorphin, yeah. Feel me, feel me. Everybody talking like I'm dreaming. 현실로 바뀐 what I said. 이쯤 되면 내 말은 yeah. 전부 이루어지니까. All the stars are lighting up around me. 현실로 바뀐 what I said. 다시 한번 증명되려. 전부 이룰 테니까. What I said.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, that was very like surprising and refreshing for sure. Just because the melody, the tone, the beats, maybe even the key of the song is very different than what I've heard these days. So it was very entertaining. Great. So I'm sorry I don't know what you said because I don't know Korean other than the English parts you had in the song, but I will interpret what I noticed in this storyline or in this MV, and the lyrics I will just have to check it out later and see if I'm at all close or completely off. I think I've seen this guy before, not in person, but wasn't he in Produce or wasn't Viction in Produce, or am I getting mixed up? He looks very familiar. But anyways, if he is great, if he's not great, I mean, he just looks familiar. It could be from another MV I watched. That's also by Viction, therefore he would be in it, right? So let's begin. And they're all pretty tall. Or is it just the outfit that they're wearing? But all the outfits they wore made them look very tall, especially him. And when I first saw him, my first impression was he will rap with a very low voice. In fact, it was the complete opposite. He had a very high range voice, same as a lot of the members, I think. They're in the higher range. So this song is definitely higher, and maybe others who want to make a cover of the song might need to change the key just because some parts were high or it's generally higher. And so we see the 7 members dancing here, and overall it gave me I don't know, it gave me this European feel. I don't know, with the trumpets or like the wind instruments, it gave me a different feeling that's not, of course, didn't give me the Asian feel, with the instruments. It didn't give me like Western, like American. It gave me like some parts of Europe, that type of feel, but I can't pinpoint it. So if you know what I'm talking about, especially with the trumpets of like do 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 do, that type, let me know, as I'm lost for words and I can't figure out what vocabulary I want. But they're also dressed up in a very Western European way, with also, the background to the setting, so that does help. But again, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but if you say it, then I think it's the one. Anyways, they have really cool outfits. They're all different, even though they're more black, but they have some gold and silver and just specific patterns for each outfit. And also their hair, they're different colors. There's blue, brown, blonde that I see at the moment, and they also have very colorful contact lenses. We see a rapper right here, and it's always or usually bird's eye view, so it looks like he's trapped in this game of chess or trapped in this scenario right here, and I don't know what he's rapping about, but he is stuck here, and it seems like there's nothing but walls, mirrors, and windows. It looks like he's in jail just because of the bars here. But we also see a lot of chess pieces around, and maybe that symbolizes something as well. So there's a lot of black and white theme going on in this MV too. We see another member here where he's in like an office-like area with the elevator or door in the back, and then everyone is just using a typewriter, old-fashioned, dressed up in the white suit, looking serious and doing work, so to speak. But then in the middle, in the center, we have another member who's dressed up very like colorful, various patterns, kind of like the opposite, right? Trendy, modern, like artistic, versus those who are kind of robotic, the same repetition, wearing white collared outfits. So there's probably some contrast going on there with the lyrics as well. And this scene we see quite often with like horses and statues of horses, I should say, and then columns. So it gave me a mythical vibe, or Greek Roman setting, if you will. And they are dancing in this like massive place, so it felt, and I'm not sure again what that means, but since it has a lot of European flavor to it, I feel like the setting was also trying to support that as well. The most confusing thing out of this whole MV are these round circular Skittles. or Mentos, or M&Ms without the M, or Skittles without the S, like blueberry flavor. I don't know, but I don't know why they are just floating here and one member is in the middle or around it or surrounded by it. Why are there massive Mentos floating? Like, I thought it was fairly realistic, as in we might be on planet Earth and we have different settings and maybe different eras. But what is this? Like, what does this mean? So maybe someone can interpret it for me. Maybe I have to read the lyrics, and these floating Mentos or Skittles or M&Ms actually are not candy, but it's something else. Again, I don't know what they represent because there was another scene of it and they were just still floating. Yeah. Then we see a lot of members are just out in the open during the sunset or sunrise, kind of showing like I'm free. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. And then the rapper is out of the chess cage or jail or prison, and he is in this room which looks like a dressing room, kind of dark with some lights, but he also had the word reality on his face with that machine. So again, I might need to figure out what he's saying. Maybe they're confused with reality and what's fake or an illusion to them. What I said, the title doesn't really help at the moment for me, but maybe they are being stuck between reality and also illusion, or the other way around. They thought that it was real, but in fact it wasn't real. That can be very tricky. Choreography looked very fun and powerful. They had some nice hand movements and just the full body dancing as well. So I would definitely check out their full choreography, and it's a very catchy song, especially the chorus part, and I would love to see more of it. We do see glimpses of it here and there, but I would love to see the full thing and enjoy it as well. And then I think one of the final scenes here, we see him in another room that's lighted up by these tropical looking lights, right? With they look like plants, and it had this cool neon effect. I'm not sure where he is though, or if he's trapped, but it is a different set of colors, a different kind of mood and feel as well. So maybe it's transitioning to a different kind of a theme or concept in this MV. I really like the transitions that they had. Oh yes, the rose. There were a few blue roses on the snowy ground, and he picked them up, and one of them he crumbled but reversed, so it was back to normal. So again, this can be very symbolic, right? The blue rose can represent something. The cold wintry feel can also represent something as well. And maybe it's ironic, it's an illusion, right? How can flowers bloom and grow in snow? So again, that can also play a role in this theme or concept in the MV as well. Can't really pinpoint what I want to say though, like what's the official theme that I got. But I also thought this artwork was beautiful. Yes, to be on the ground, but the wings are beautifully drawn, and it's also dark, so I'm not sure if that represents something, because wings can also be white, right? Pure, innocent, hopeful, but these wings are dark, so is it despair, confusion, lost, trapped? So there can be a lot of symbolism in these wings as well. I wish they would tell us, maybe one day. And then here they're all having an afternoon tea, and we see the chessboard in the background. Could it be that they are also players, as in they are used as chess pieces, so they're being used or as puppets, or they're under control? But they're having tea. Of course, the mood is very different than your typical afternoon tea, and they just sit there looking very still and almost emotionless. This is like one of my favorite settings here. Lots of different patterns with the spade right here, and during different angles it looks more 3D than others. It was super cool. And then the finer background, they're all spades, and then this horse is a different pattern but all black and white. So I thought that was like really cool, very pretty, kind of epic in some ways. And again, there's another horse, so this the idea of having horses resemble anything, just because there were horse statues in the background when they were dancing, and now there's another horse. So maybe there's also something related to horses too. Or they just thought horses were cool and they just placed them there. So yeah, that's the part where he crumbled the petals, but then it was reversed and came back. He's in a, I don't know where he's at. There's light coming from the top. So ideally he's underground, but it looks like it's like paper mache, but that's okay. I think the main point are the roses and him, right? So there's a lot of symbolism going on, and I feel like it's not just, you know, an upbeat fun song or with cool melody, though it is all, they're all cool, it's all great, but I think there's more to it with a lot of the backgrounds, tools, materials, props they used. I think they have a lot of meaning to it too. So maybe Viction will be able to tell us more about it, or the purpose behind what they used for the MV. And so yeah, the final scene is them looking cool, looking tall, and just kind of staring at the camera with like a very strict or almost emotionalist face, or like a cool look, I guess that's a better word. So yeah, tell me what you think the song is about, or certain parts that stood out for you, and continue to support them and continue to listen to what I said. All right, thank you so much, and let's check out another video very soon.